Yes, Echo's better. Echo's gone. Good. Good to hear. Thank you. So, I figured out how to make the audio better. Only took me, what, 2 months to figure out how to make the audio better. So, I'm live streaming through OBS. I haven't looked into XSplit before. Priscilla, do you like my shirt, by the way? I try to change up the, representing the Fish Fam shirts every live stream, and next week I'll probably wear my own shirt. No, Rob, I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. Although I do eventually plan to follow in the footsteps of Chaz. And Chaz, for those of you that might know, when he used to do live streams back in the spring, he used to have his live streams were Google Hangouts, and he would invite people to come join him in his live streams. Um, and it was a full bottom bar on the bottom of the screen with lots of people joining in, and it was pretty cool. Jay's Aquatics, no, I do not have red root floaters. The only floating aquatic plants I have are duckweed and duckweed, dwarf water lettuce, regular water lettuce, which might be dead by now. Hey, Eamon. Amon. I'm probably mispronouncing it with Amon. It's probably Amon, I guess. I think I accidentally got some frog bit. No, no, I have frog bit on purpose, and I accidentally got what is that? Is it salvia? I think that's what it is that I accidentally got. I don't know how I got it, but it just randomly appeared. I'm not going to argue with getting a new plant. Salvinia, there we go. Thank you, the pickled Plecostomus. Bring the lettuce inside. Yeah, I do need to bring the lettuce inside because I know it can't survive in water temperatures below 65, and it's definitely below 65 degrees outside. So yeah. But Jay, in the bag, excuse me, in the bag that you're getting, it's definitely a pretty good starter size of duckweed, and I think maybe like one small thing of dwarf water lettuce, um, and then I can maybe ship some other plants later on. I know in one of my tanks, my German blue ram tank, breeding tank, I'm trying to get them breeding, is covered in algae. So in the large screen down below and around, so all over here, that is my breeding for profit tank. Actually, it's breeding. It's not profit because I'm not making a profit off of it. It's my breeding for store credit tank. The guppies that are in there, they're not really gonna get me any store credit because who wants to buy mud guppies? I literally give them away for free to my students, and but also in the tank that's in the background here, um, in the bottom of it, before this video was recorded, actually, because this is an older video, I have uh, my super red bristlenose placos are in this tank, and they will hopefully start breeding soon. And then in this tank, I also have large. I mean, like almost as big as the flower pot behind me of and what was I say? Oh, it's plants like that big of Anubias nana petite. So um, that's definitely a pretty cool thing to have, and it's pretty much covered in duckweed. So the Anubias nana petite is going to be growing quite nicely because I've talked to I would say he's definitely a plant expert of my local fish club. I ran into him at the local fish store a few weeks ago, and he was saying, Anubias nana petite are definitely a low light plant. He's definitely an interesting guy. Oh, so very good question, Mary Beth. Thank you for bringing this up. Um, Really quick, Bob JM Do not put them all at one time. Put them in slowly is the best thing I would do. Put them in a few at a time, like separated by at least a few hours. I would say at least 12 hours would be good. If you could wait to a few fish every day, that would be a lot better. And just let them sit and watch them. And if they're swimming around acting normally, um, then you can go ahead and add some more. That's what I would do. So to answer Mary Beth's question, and to answer who else has asked me that, Rob's asked the question. Um, the winner of my trivia question, which by the way, the question was, which state has the highest syllable to letter ratio out of the 50 U.S. states? Um, the answer, by the way, was Ohio with 4 letters and 3 syllables. And the winner was River Life. And I'll put a link to his channel. Will be, I think it'll be, no, it'll be over here. It'll be over here. I'll put a link to his channel over here. And River Life, if you come in here later on tonight in the chat, or if you're watching this live stream later on, please message me on Facebook, MrScienceGeek. Find my page on there. You can message me. I'm usually pretty fast to reply. Please message me with your address. And I was thinking about sending you one of my shirts, one of my Mr. Science Geek shirts. So let me know what shirt size you are. My best guess is that you're an extra large like I am. That's my best guess, just looking at you and your videos and stuff. Of course, I'm not a tailor, so I'm not really the best. I don't have a keen eye for that, but you look to be about pretty close to my size. So River Life, I was pretty impressed that he was able to guess that. I was wondering if that question, how long that was going to go on. So, like I said, River Life, just make sure that you message me on Facebook your shipping address, and or if you want to email me, MrScienceGeekChannel@gmail.com. So Jamie McDonald, I was making a joke because you said that all the fish needed was some TLC, so I was giving you a, TLC song line of waterfalls. How do we get Mr. Science? Oh, so how do you get Mr. Science Geek shirts? I'm guessing that was autocorrect. I have a link to the shirts, to my Mr. Science Geek shirts, is down below in the description of this video. Um, uh, the design was improved by Rogue Aquatics, who may or may not be in here later on tonight, and I finally was able uh, um, to compensate him for his efforts that he did on that, and then a few other shirts as well. I really do appreciate his work, and definitely if you get a chance, go check out his channel. I'll put a link to his channel over here on this part of the video. I think is where it'll be, so go check that out. Go check out his channel. I'm not sure if does he have videos yet? I can't remember. Priscilla, please, you speak English amazing. It's got to be the autocorrect. Thank you, Rob, for putting up the link to my shirts. I am pretty happy with them. I do own one myself. I wear it to school very rarely and sparingly because it really distracts the students because they're like, "Oh, you got merch." I'm like, first off, I know what that word means, but who started saying that? It's gonna be one of those big YouTubers. Um, nice guppies, thank you. Do you recommend putting guppies or platies with goldfish? No. My goldfish don't eat smaller fish. They already live in a community setup. The problem is that goldfish are very dirty fish. They pee and poop a lot, and they prefer colder temperatures, which means that they need a higher amount of dissolved oxygen, whereas guppies are warmer water fish. They can survive in lower oxygen temperatures, and they need a higher metabolism, which goldfish do not. They need a higher oxygen. So I would advise against it. Can it be done? Yes, it can. Um, but I would try to avoid it. Hi, Susan. Susan, I was just Susan, my wife I think she saw a reply or one of your comments on Facebook, and she was asking who you were. So I was very happy to tell her. I was like, "Oh, Susan, she's great. She's just wonderful. She's like the mom of the fish fam." She's like, oh, "Okay." It's like, "So you actually know her?" I'm like, "Yeah, I actually know her." So Susan, it's nice to see you in here. Thank you for stopping by. So, wow, I've already answered the main question. The first, what, 12 minutes of the video. That's pretty impressive. Do you like my new hairdo? It's a green. I got green dreads going on back here, so I think I look pretty crazy here. I just realized that. I'm like, whoops. Um, Hold on. So, Mary Beth, did you and Susan say the correct state? I didn't remember seeing that pop up on my phone as you all answering that correctly. I'll have to go back and um, check the comments and see who answered first. Let me. So, Mary Beth, did you answer it before River Life did, or did you or Susan answer it before River Life? I thought I remembered seeing River Life answer it first, but I'll have to go back and check. And in that case, I will. Guess I'll have to. Just follow me. I'll have to get your contact info with whoever got it first. So just let me know. I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. Let's see if I can look it up really quickly enough. Um, oh yeah, so Mary Beth, if you didn't answer till Saturday, um, he answered it on. I think it was Friday, or it was a Thursday or Friday, because I considered making that as part of my Friday video, but as you all noticed or may not have noticed, I didn't get around to posting a Friday video. So let's see here. This thing's going slow today. So yeah, I'll definitely go back and check the comments to double check who won it. Well, welcome, horseshoe betas, welcome. Um, so next thing, the update on my 10-gallon um, fish tank that I resealed last week on the live stream, which was a 2-hour live stream. And to those of you that were here for any part of it or the whole thing, I salute you if you were here for the whole thing. I wasn't even here for the whole thing. I left for like 3 hours and went and got some vinegar and took a nap and gave the dog a bath, which my wife would tell you that that's not true because I don't give him a bath as often as what she would like, and you know uh, cut the grass, and then I finally came back for the rest of the live stream. But anyways, those of you that were here, thank you. I appreciate you. Hello, hello. I do like burgers. Pretty strange, but anyways. Let's say here. So yeah, thank you for those of you that came by last week, and for those that stayed the whole time. That is impressive. You deserve like an award of a high five. So good job. Good job on that one. Let me see this. Let me see if I can find this. It's going really slow. So, anyways, an update on the 10-gallon fish tank that I resealed last week. So, as is my usual luck, I went to go check it. I resealed it on Monday. I went to go check it on like Wednesday, and um, of course, the silicone that I put in there, which I just opened it on Monday, was a bad batch of silicone. and it had not hardened yet. It had not sealed, or I forget. No, hold on, that might have been a batch of silicone that is my fault because I might have left it outside. I forget if I left it outside or if it's a bad batch. But anyways, I'll claim it as my fault. Whatever. So obviously, I was not able to. Well, welcome, Doug. Um, but let's see. Oh, so anyways, an update on it. So I had to scrape all of the old new silicone. That's kind of a tongue twister, isn't it? Um, and I scrape all that out. So I scraped it out on like Thursday. No, not Thursday. I scraped it out. I started scraping on Thursday, I think, and I um, continued to scrape it or continued to scrape it out later on. And so I scraped out the old new um, silicone, and I eventually ended up putting in new. So I went to the store and got a new tube of silicone, and I resealed it, and it's currently being water tested right now. LJ, I am also in need of 10 gallons right now because I'm having a multi-tank addiction problem right now, and I'm actually figuring out how to build a tank stand. Um, LJ, don't feel bad about missing the growing in period. I wasn't around or showing my face, which you're welcome, by the way, everybody. I wasn't showing my face for about 3 weeks because I've been, like I said, out for injuries and um, sinus infection, and also got an endoscopy done. That was fun. Let me see here. Um, so I'm pretty sure. Okay, Susan said it 2 days ago. Okay, so here's the deal. I found it. It was bugging me because I didn't want to feel bad for. I'm sorry to hear that, Juice. Um, I didn't want to feel bad about claiming someone as the Lord I was not, but I double checked it. River Life answered with Ohio 6 days ago. Susan answered it with Ohio 2 days ago. So that's um, how it worked. Nice, Big J. Um, so yeah, LJ. My right arm was in pain because of the screws that I have. It's that nice scar right there. I have 13 screws in there, and they were hurting me and flaring up. So that took me out for about a week, and then went back to the gym eventually after a while. Um, and then I ended up injuring my left arm, and then I ended up with a sinus infection, and so I just took a break from YouTube because that was an easy thing to catch back up on my on healing and stuff. Yeah, mine always hurt in the fall, and then in the spring is when the pain is the worst. Yes, River Life is here, everyone. So River Life, congratulations, you won. And River Life, please, like I said, please send me a message on either Facebook Messenger on my page, Mr. Science Geek, or You can email it to me at my email, which is MrScienceGeekChannel@gmail.com. Excuse me, I got a cough. It's the remnants of the science infection. So LJ, here's the weird thing about my allergies, and this is probably the worst, most boring live stream topic ever. But um, yeah, you're right. I haven't seen Alice and Shane in a while. I haven't seen her in a while. So, anyways, my allergies will come for like literally 24 hours, and then they'll leave again. They'll come in like 2 or 3 times a year for literally 24 hours. So that's it. Um, no, it's usually like I usually get an allergy flare up for like a day in early summer, like June, and then a day in like late July. It's crazy. It's like a walking Halloween costume. Yeah, it's all right. But what was I gonna say here? I think it was to River Life. Oh, River Life. Yeah, thank you for, you know, commenting on my video. And by the way, while I'm thinking about everybody, be sure to put in your guesses on my video from. Oh, very good question, Upper. So I'll get to that in just a minute. Um, um, be sure to put in a comment on my local fish store Saturday video. Or you can comment here as well. With which fish you think I got from the local fish store. And LJ, do not ask them which fish I got because LJ then is cheating. It has to be an honest guess. Um, so be sure to comment either in the chat or in the on the actual video for my local fish store Saturday video. And as long as you get your comment in before I post my video this Wednesday, November 29th, and if you guess the species correctly, you win a prize. And So I'm kind of trying to make my mystery fish or fish reveal video or my teaser videos more fun for my viewers by turning it into a competition where my viewers can win prizes. That's so I can feel a little bit better about doing teaser videos. So LJ, it was not a special order. I have not special ordered a fish in oh, over a decade. It's been a while, so I will say that. Juice One, you can buy the shirts. Let's see if I can do this here. Um, I think that's the right. I think that's the right link there for you, Juice. Um, yeah, it's just LJ. You just know what you want, and I know what I want too. But I know what I want. I know what I want. But I also tend to. It's kind of a problem because it makes me more of an impulse buyer sometimes. But um, Anik and Milan have figured out my weak spot for fish now, and they I think they got me pinned now, so it's a problem. But to answer your question, Priscilla, the fish in the video over here on the side, in the small video, which I'll make it a little bit bigger for everyone to see. Sorry for that loud noise there. Make this bigger. There, to cover up the old guppies. The fish in this tank, which well, that looks a lot better than what it actually is. Oh. So in this video right here, it's taking over. No, in this video over here, they are panda guppies. So Priscilla, they are actually um, they are panda guppies that I actually got at a local fish club auction back in the summertime, back in wasn't August, I think it was back in July actually, which I have not done a teaser video or a fish reveal video, so this is the first time that anyone really is seeing um, these fish. They are panda guppies. They have been raised up from smaller. They were quite a bit smaller, obviously. I got them when they were. Um, I got them when they were, I'd say, juveniles, and now they're, I'd say, sub-adults. They're scanning the surface looking for food right now because, they're guppies. They like doing two things: eating and breeding. So, um, so these are panda guppies, which I think are pretty cool. The yellow one, that's one with the yellowish tail towards the back. I'm not really feeling the yellow tail ones. I love there's one in the tank. Let me see if he shows himself. It has like a powdery. Yeah, you're right, LJ. Um, um, Powdery blue on his tail, and that's definitely a trait I want to breed for. So, of course, LJ, if you want any of these, first we have to actually meet up, and then they are whatever fry come out of these, uh, you can definitely have some. So LJ, you gotta start keeping a list of all the things I'm supposed to bring you because I'll forget. Oh, and a special cameo appearance from my epistogram cockatoides male. The female's in there somewhere. She's not in the hiding cave. Sadly enough, light just went out. Um, I might go turn the light back on. My fish at school are doing well. Have a good night, Bob. Um, Thank you, LJ, for keeping us updated there. Yeah, I hope Keith recovers. Let me go and switch that back on really quick. So I'll leave this open actually. But I will be right back. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go turn the timer back on. Um, all right. Think so. Alaska Department of Game and Fish tags all local fish store fish in this state. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah. They the the tank is live. It's live streaming from my phone actually. I'm using this app on my phone that I downloaded. I think I downloaded it on my laptop here, and it's just a simple thing in um, OBS. So there's actually two things going on live. Me and the aloe plant behind me actually, and the fish tank next to me, which you see the Panda Guppies and the Epistogram cockatoides. I am planning on moving the Panda Guppies to a tank of their own. Have a good night, Barbara. To a tank of their own, probably in my classroom, more than likely. Um, I do currently have a tank of blonde guppies in one of my tanks in my classroom, and I'm seeing two different variations of the blonde guppies. I had to ask the student who brought them in to me from her dad because her dad he breeds guppies and betas, and I had to ask her to double check that I didn't mess up because I was noticing there's two males. There's like the reddish, like kind of a faint color red, kind of like very much blended like your usual mud guppy, but very, very pretty. I'm just not partial to red. And then this really cool looking leopard, I guess you call it like a cobra pattern male guppy. And so I asked my student, I said, hey, former student, I said, hey, did I mess up and put some other guppies in here by accident? Or does your dad have some that look like this too? And she said, no, my dad has some that looks like those too. He gets the red ones and those like leopard print ones. So I didn't mess up in that case, and so they were pretty pistos and discus. I would say no, LJ, because discus really like warmer water, like 85, and a pistos like the lower to mid 70s, closer to mid 70s. Also, I would think although a pistos do like the bottom of the tank for the most part, and the discus like towards the top and middle. But I would also be afraid that the pistos would be too aggressive for the. Have a good night, Susan. Thank you for stopping by. I would be afraid that the pistos would be, uh, especially during breeding time, um, that they would be too aggressive. Hello, Richard Rocks. Thank you for the compliment. Which, by the way, the beard. I'm warning you all right now. The beard's going away on Friday. Um, beard is going away Friday, December 1st. It's the end of No Shave November. So I'll be going back to my um, what I consider my regular wintertime look or fall wintertime look. LJ, the Pistos, I think they're really nice. I mean, they get along fine with guppies, because guppies. Oh, there's the powdery blue. He's in the very back. He's coming towards the front right now. Is that the blue one, or is it just bad color? No, no, he's still in the back. He's still in the back because that's the yellow one. Um, but the Yeah, Apistos, they're fine with the guppies because guppies will get away from them and they aren't sensitive at all. But I know discus can be like get their feelings hurt really easily, and then they need to go talk to somebody about it, and then they need lots of stuff. They need have the proper diet and the right environment. And if things don't go the right way, if they watch the entire show of the show Lost, and they watch the last episode of the last season, and they're all confused and stuff, then it can really bother them. I know. So it's just really bad. Where's that? Okay, the blue one's right in front of that floating plant right now. It's on the left side. It's right next to my finger, like right now, is where that blue one is. I definitely like that variation. I'm probably going to take the other males out um, of the get guppy. Hold on, of the panda guppies. I'll put them in with my bachelor pad tank, and and uh, I'll put the males in there in my bachelor pad tank, and then hopefully breed for the powdery blue look. Also, the reason I'm going to take out the panda guppies is because is because I want the pistos to breed more and have less loss of fry, and I think that the guppies will eat the fry. I know the guppies will eat the fry, so I don't want to have one increase my fry. In the very back of the tank, the cloudier section in the middle, like right where that brown leaf is, basically, actually where the leaf is, uh, is where my fry are. They're currently in like one of those 1 gallon jar things from Walmart. They're like they were $2.97. They might have gone up now. Um, and I'm gonna say here, so that's what the fryer in. When I first found them, I noticed that there was 11 fry, and then once I then a few weeks ago, I noticed it went down to 5 fry, and now um, I'm down to just 4 fry. Let's try this here. So I'm trying to answer someone's question here. Come on, you can do it. Always takes 2 times. It's gonna work. Probably not. Let's try this here. Priscilla, here's to answer your question, hopefully. And yes, it works. So, Priscilla, this is a link to the heater that I use. It's $10 on Amazon. I use it in that tank, as you can see, and 2 of my tanks in my classroom, and it's doing just fine. The temperature is accurate. It's a 50 watt, is one that I use, and it's doing just fine. I have, some other nice top of the line, I guess you would say, heaters in my larger tanks in my 30 gallon, and this $10 heater does just as well as the $50 heaters. I haven't had any problems with it. It's fully submersible and fully submersible, and it's pretty accurate on the temperature. Just took me about a day or two to get it dialed in. Slowly, I'll bring it up just a little bit. So I do like this heater. So also, if you buy through that link right there, or buy anything through that link, um, a portion of that will go to me, which it doesn't cost you anything extra. I definitely appreciate anybody who buys that or anything through my link. I actually just bought three more of those heaters about a week or two ago, because I'm setting up a few more 10 gallons. Set up the 10 gallon that I resealed. I'm gonna set up another 10 gallon. I'm gonna have to rebuild, and then I might have to buy one if I could find one at a good deal, like Craigslist maybe, or just someone says, "Hey, I got a 10 gallon." Yes, I want it. So LJ, I'm with you. I'm in the looking for a 10 gallon right now. LJ, to answer your comments from earlier, I'm sorry that Logan, my friend Logan, who should be in bed by now, by the way. So Logan, if you're watching this, make sure you go to bed. But River Life, have a good night. I guess if you're going to bed. Wait, who's leaving? Hello, or River Life? But anyways, LJ, I'm sorry that you lost the shrimp, and that does stink. And I will do an update video on my shrimp. Hopefully, it will probably not be this Saturday, because I might have another local fish store. Okay, you're staying good, River Life. Yes, Logan, go to bed. Um, uh, Ask him, Logan, will you go to bed if I play you a song? Um, Wait, I don't have my guitar. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, wait, do I have a guitar? Oh, I gotta look. What was I saying? Oh, so I will do an update video on my shrimp. Probably not this Saturday, but the Saturday afterwards. Um, oh, fine then. No song. Logan says no song. No song. There we go. Yes, use the pencils for drums. I don't have any pencils, or I don't have a pen on me either, which is really weird, because I'm in my gym shorts right now. I went to the gym. There's no way that we're weight room. That's a really bad Chris Farley quote there, but oh, cast issues. Oh yeah, growing pains. It stinks. Well, have a good night, Doug in the North. Drive safe. You and Nisi are always driving somewhere. That stinks. I used to live 45 minutes from here, and still taught at the same school, which was 45 minutes from my school, and I don't miss it. It was nice that, yeah, I was in the country. I was living on a acre, which the 1 acre cost less than the third of an acre that I'm on right now, and it was nice that uh, I could pretty much do whatever I wanted to in my backyard. Um, and It was nice that I like a really clear view of the sky every night. I could see the stars were super awesome. But the driving part of it just stinks so much. I mean, it stinks so much. It was 45 minutes, and that's it. If there wasn't any traffic and there weren't any accidents on the way, and it just sucked up so much of my life. I just don't miss that. I'm glad that I'm 5 minutes from school now, and the only way it takes me 30 minutes to get to school is if I walk there, which I do that sometimes. Also, yeah, no subway here. I do wish there was. Who was it? Tanks? Yeah, since you last saw me, I have grown the beard, and what else you said I was going to reply to in a comment. But DPK, welcome. Um, yeah, yeah, mine's a automatic. Thanks, Jay. I was saying that. Yeah, I used to have a Jeep Cherokee. Was what I had when I first moved out there, and then the gas was just killing me because that was when gas prices went up to like $4 a gallon, and then I would finally bought a Honda Civic, which cut my gas bill in I say probably like a third of what I was paying with the Jeep. So that was nice. I do miss the Jeep, but I didn't miss the gas. So and then that Civic died in the Food Lion parking lot the day I went to go sell it to a guy, and I sold it that day. Um, but but yeah, so Commander, oh, it's a nice one. So yeah, the what are plans? I think I talked about the plans for this tank. I really hope I can get the Pistos breeding again. Um, Hope I can get them breeding again. I need to get some more blackworms from my local fish store because that seems to be the trick to get my Pistos breeding is feeding them. Oh, I love Wranglers. Feeding them the blackworms like basically a week straight almost, and then just cutting it out for 2 days, and then it usually gets them to breed. They aren't really. They're kind of doing some weird showing off right now. It's not quite. It's not quite the breeding show that I'm used to seeing that I've seen in the past. So hopefully it's not a one-time thing. Nice. But yeah, the fry are growing really slowly. The Pisto fry, I'm finding that they're growing really slowly. But I'm hoping to put the mystery fish that will be revealed in my Water Change Wednesday video this week. I'm hoping to get them in time uh, for my Water Change Wednesday reveal video uh, this Wednesday. LJ, the Epistle babies, there's four of them. They are becoming more and more confident, I guess you would say. They're starting to um, I guess you say eat more a little bit. I'm feeding them crushed up flake food and crushed up pellet food, and feeding them microworms and mostly microworms. I never got around to. I've got the whole thing set up ready to do brine shrimp, but I haven't done it. Um, my Black Friday deals that I got the Amazon Echo Dot. My wife enjoys that. My daughter thinks it's hilarious. Hey, Bracken, haven't seen you in a while. Let's see what else we got. That I also got a. Um, this will sound super nerdy, but you all will appreciate this. I got a what's it called? Basically a webcam, a security camera. I don't know how you'd say it, but it operates over Wi-Fi. Yeah, so that way I could if I'm not using the live thing I'm doing right now, I could get on and check the status of what it's looking at, which currently I have the camera focused on my front porch, so that way I can watch the birds. When I'm at school, I have it set to put it on notifications so that I get a notification whenever there's movement. And the movement that I uh, am looking for is one thing is obviously the birds at the bird feeder. That's pretty cool. And it's not a Nest Cam. It's a lot cheaper. It's $30. I don't know how much the Nest Cam is, but this one's has awesome features and it was only $30. Um, and So I'm watching the birds and the squirrels get the bird feeder. I got two bird feeders last night at Walmart. One's all glass and metal, so the squirrels aren't going to tear that one up. And then the plastic one, the squirrels probably will tear it up. I'm positive because they're going after that one a lot. I've been watching, been getting notified every time they're on there, and they've been on it like 5 or 6 times today. I'm pretty sure they're going to be tearing it up in the next few days. So squirrels don't bother me. I like squirrels. I don't like them tearing up my bird feeder. I have no problem with feeding them. I just will really wish they wouldn't tear up my bird feeder that I paid a whole $5.98 for. But it's also the other reason is because I suspect that possibly in my neighborhood there's someone. Well, happy birthday to your husband, Priscilla. That's awesome. Um, but the other thing I'm doing is because I suspect there's a person going through our neighborhood taking Amazon boxes off people's front porches, and this is not only focused on the birds, but it's also focused on my front door to where I get most of my Amazon packages shipped to is right there at the front door, and that way if anybody shows up and takes it, I see who they are, and I get notification and it gets recorded, so it works. Who else is like bracket? How can you get guppies to breed fast and keep fries safe? Put the temperature up to like 76, 78 or so. I say 76 is probably the best. Feed them a lot. Live foods are great. There's that blue one right in the middle of the screen, by the way. Once again, that blue Panda Guppy. Um, New York Gold, the best looking bird on the East Coast. I would show you it on this video, but I would probably get demonetized. So yeah, do that. But as far as to get more fry to survive, plants, lots of plants, lots of Java moss if you can, lots of Java moss and floating plants. Water Sprite grows really fast. If you can get some Water Sprite going in there, um, it would be it would help because Water Sprite grows like crazy, way faster than Java moss, and gives plenty of places for the fry to survive. Lots of Water Sprite, water wisteria, Java moss, super easy to grow. You just throw in the tank and have lights on there, and it'll be great. Um, no, that's basically it. Have a good night, Mary Beth. Thank you for stopping by. Um, and I just do water changes about once a week, maybe twice a week, 4 times a day. Once is live. Yeah, that's great info there. Turbovish, definitely great points. Rob, the dog's pretty cool. I think my wife likes it the most. She likes playing music. My daughter thinks it's funny. She giggles every time we tell her what to do. Um, hey, JH Aquatics, thank you for stopping by. You're right, LJ Aquatics. The subwater tang is great, but I girls like the shrimp love subwater tang more than I think they like the Java moss. Um, so yeah, I'm a little bit of a birder. I've started to become one probably 2 winters ago. it was a snow day, because in my area when it snows like close to an inch, we're out of school for the day or the next one, um, and so that's awesome. But we were inside the house, and I had the window right next to the couch, looked out the front window, and I was like, I should put a. So I put the bird feeder, set it up to where it's right in front of the window, and yay, JH has new internet. That's awesome. That's exciting. And got the bird feeder set up, and bird feeder set up, and got them feeding, and then I put a Bluetooth speaker outside, linked up to the what's it called, Cornell lab, the Cornell School of Ornithology app, and and uh, and I would play like the bird call songs to the birds that I was seeing, because it would help me to identify the birds. So I could learn the birds in my area, and it would help me to. So then I would play, because it has their bird calls on there, so I could play the bird call through this Bluetooth speaker, so it would actually call the um, it would call the birds in, so I could successfully call in cardinals were the easiest, and then what is it? The Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yeah, I've watched that one too. The hummingbird cam from Texas. The Carolina. Oh, my mind's going blank on them. Um, so getting the. So Rob, it would be cool to get that to you to turn your lights off, to turn off my tank lights in your bed. You could also get what I have, and this is it's basically the same price as a Amazon Dot or the Echo Dot. Is yes, there we go, the Carolina Chickadee. That's the one. It's one of them I get. There's another one I get pretty often. Can't think of them though right now. Um, so what was I saying? Oh, so Rob, I get the shoot, what's the brand of lights? The brand of lights that I use, I do have the tufted titmouse, I think. Um, yeah, that one. That's the one I have that shows up. And there's another one that shows up too. The ground sparrow, I think, is one that I have frequently. But anyways, Rob, the lights. It's What's the brand? I just ordered it last week. The brand is it's TP Link. TP-Link Smart Plug, and that works, Rob, off of an app on your phone. And I currently have that. I have that. The Junko near Gold. Are you right outside of my window, like looking at the birds I have? That's the one I have, is the Junko. The the gray Junko, I think. Um, so Rob, that's what I use. You could, but to use the Echo Dot, you would have to get it. You have to get the Echo Dot, and then you can get the TP-Link smart outlets, and then you sync it with the Dot. But I just like to use the app on my phone. I can put on a timer that way. I can turn it on and off from where I'm at. I actually have it on right now. I need to turn it off once I finish up with the stream, which, by the way, 5 minute warning. I'll be ending in about 5 minutes. I'll keep it at an hour tonight. GH, I did reseal the tank. Took me a little over an hour last week to reseal it. I went in to go check it, and the silicone that I got was either a bad batch of silicone, or I left it outside for summer and cold, and the silicone had not hardened in like 2 days. So I had to wipe out all the old new silicone, and then I went to the store, got some new silicone, and resealed with that. And it's currently in my driveway right now, doing a water test. And so I'm water testing it right now, using free water from the rain barrels. so that way I'm not using any of my county water that I have to pay for, and the water's getting us on purpose. JH, if you are going to watch that video, I will give you a tip. I start resealing the video, I think about 32 minutes in or so. So if you want to fast forward to that part, that's where I start the whole resealing process. And it takes me about an hour and 10 minutes of the video to reseal it as I'm talking during the whole thing. So, yeah, check it out. Also, there's some great tips in there from DPK, had a lot of great tips in there, and Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction had some great tips that I mentioned based on what I saw in the stream. No, I do not take the pieces all the way out apart unless they are visibly cracked. If they are uh, if they are all looking like the glass is in good shape, I just take out the old silicone and clean it up with some white vinegar and reseal it with the silicone. So that's what I do, Jage, and I find that it works. Yeah, I know it didn't. Updating failed because I'm not ready to shut down to restart the computer. So that's what lights do I use? So Jay's Aquatics, awesome questions tonight. On the tank you're currently seeing right here on my 10-gallon in the room right now, that is I actually have a 3-foot uh, shop strip light from Home Depot. I got it last week. It's 15 bucks, and it's going across 2 tanks right now. And it's saving not only because it's a LED, because the other lights I had on there before was one LED and then one old fluorescent light that I got from Walmart like 5 years ago that still works for some reason. That one was cheap, but I went from not only did I go from a fluorescent to an LED, but I also went from 2 lights to 1 light. Um, and so it looks kind of bad right now. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing that there is because it's going across 2 tanks. But hey, it works. The one tank it's on is the tank you see in front of you with the Panda Guppies and the Apistos. And the other tank is on my red cherry shrimp tank. Um, and is what pretty light. And I find it grows plants pretty well. At least the plants that I have, it grows duckweed like crazy. I finally started to get enough duckweed. It's growing. I've visibly noticed some growth in my Java fern. I visibly noticed some growth in my uh, definitely my floating aquatic plants. I do not use any CO2. Um, yeah, LJ, how'd you figure out the heat problem on the Home Depot light? Because that it is a little bit concerning. I mean, it's just really super warm to the touch. I don't let anything touch it, so I'm not worried about like catching on fire. But that's kind of a way that that energy is lost is through the heat through the top of that. If you really get into it. Um, And this room in the summertime does get rather warm, so I don't need to add any more warmth to it. So how did you figure that out? Cardboard wrapped in aluminum foil over the top. Okay, so that will help to shield it from anything that's above it. I thought you said you figured a way to get it to stop being hot because that would be really cool. That's kind of redundant and confusing, and the opposite. Manatee Bay near Cap. It's amazing. Okay, got a funny story. It's not really funny. It's really messed up, actually. Former student was in my classroom today eating lunch because he wanted to, because he does that. Yeah, little fans would probably help. You're right, but oh, USB fan that would help. He was telling me some stories about his dad. It's just some crazy stuff about a bird sanctuary, a duck sanctuary actually. Pretty crazy stuff. So. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let this be the end of the live stream. It's going on an hour right now. It's a little over an hour and 2 minutes. I figure that 2 minutes makes up for my 2 minutes I was without audio at the very beginning. Thank you to all those who stopped by at any point tonight. Those who stayed the whole time, thank you. Huge salute to you all that stayed the whole time. I do appreciate that. Be sure that you stay tuned for my Water Change Wednesday video coming out this Wednesday, obviously, where I will be revealing my new mystery fish that will be going in my 10-gallon fish tank that I just resealed last week, and I am currently water testing it out my driveway, making sure there's no leaks in it, make sure the silicone is fully sealed, and be sure to do that. And be sure to get your guesses in on my local fish store Saturday video from this past Saturday. LJ, I'm going to be at the local fish club meeting on Wednesday because that's when it's going to be, is this Wednesday. I am, so if you're going to be there, it'd be super awesome to see you. And LJ, if you are going to be there, please message me with a list of the things that I need to bring you. So hopefully I can remember to at least bring one of them. Just let me know what I told you I was going to bring you, and I'll be bringing it. So, but yeah, I will be going to my local fish club this Wednesday. Already got the clearance and the approval from the wife, so I'm good to go. I am super excited about it already. Go hang out with my fellow fish nerds, and I'm excited about the monthly auction that's going to be there. Seeing what there is, and I'm really, really excited about that. So be sure to send me a list of that. Be sure to stay tuned. Put in your guesses, people, for the fish. Like I said, make sure it is species, as specific as possible down to the species. Because, like, say for no, I don't go to dinner beforehand, LJ. Say it was for a rainbow fish. Let's just say it was a rainbow fish. Be sure to say, like, the species of rainbow fish, like the Praecox rainbow fish. Okay, it's not a rainbow fish, or it's not the Praecox rainbow fish. I'll just tell you that right now. Who else? Will be another example. If say it was if you said a Placo, don't just say a Placo. Say the L134 Placo or whatever that was. So be as specific as possible so that you can be have the highest chance of winning, because some people have made some very general guesses as far as the genus goes. So be sure to go as far as the species. It doesn't have to be a scientific name, just the actual species of the fish. So down the wormhole, I'm glad I could entertain you during a very mundane but important task. Thank you for looking in the background. Rob, thank you for stopping by. Thank you to everybody for stopping by. I appreciate everyone who took out their time on a Monday night to come watch me talk about a resealed fish tank and the winner of a trivia competition. Jay's Aquatics, yes, it is over. After this stream is over, I'm going to go get an envelope out of our envelope thing. It's like right over there. And I've already got stamps are up on my bedside table. I'm going to go get those, and I'll put the duckweed in there. And then I'll hopefully be mailing it tomorrow. It's got to look at your address again. I've got it in the messenger still, and I'll be sending it hopefully to you tomorrow. So thank you to everybody for stopping by. Get a chance to, after the stream, check out the links down below this video and basically below all my videos. I put links to my t-shirts and my Amazon affiliate links, so that if you buy anything through Amazon, you don't pay anything extra, and it gives me a portion of the sale, and also a link to my PayPal.me, which if you donate through that, I just type in what you want, say, hey, I want this $5 to go towards fish food. I will order fish food. I will get it. I will open it up, make a video of it, and say thank you to whoever it was that gave it to me. I'll put a link to your channel in the video, and so it's kind of trying to refer the favor. Oh, link the cool bird cam. You mean link to the one that I got? I will do that. So the link to the camera that I got is, let me get that link going. It's sort of, I have to click it twice to get the link. It's really frustrating, and now it's not going to work. Let's try it 4 times. It worked the 4th time. Do that. See. All right. So the link. So here's the link to the camera that I got. River Life. $30. Great deal. There were some other ones that I saw that but I was kind of questioning that one. And one tip: if you do order it, River Life, uh, make sure that your Wi-Fi you set up on is not 5G. On my Wi-Fi, I have two. I have a regular, like, whatever my router thing says, MrScienceGeek, whatever. It's not what it says. And then I have one that says like MrScienceGeek 5G. It will not work on the 5G one. It has to work on the regular one. So just those little tip that I accidentally saw on a comment, and make sure if you do get that's how it works. That's how it works the best. I love it. I'm gonna order a second one actually. Maybe get a second view, maybe an upstairs view, for some, other perspective of some other things. All good 2G here. Okay, then it should definitely work then. Um, so, didn't mean to get distracted. I will for real end it here. Thank you very much for stopping by. Try the links below my video. It's my local fish store, Click and Fish. Great, great guys, great quality, happy, healthy fish. Um, and check out the link to my Amazon shirt. That's about it. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to turn on the notifications and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to everybody in the chat. They're all great people. I've seen them multiple times, some of them. And stay tuned and stay fishy, people.